My name is Kip Lester. I own Chisel Peak Construction locally here in Invermere. We basically build custom homes, small homes developments to build more energy efficient, more energy wise, I guess you'd say. Partly there's good value in it in the long term, as well as it's something that's going to be mandatory across the province. That mandate's growing exponentially, so it's something very important for builders like myself to start incorporating into what we do. We're really shooting for an air tightness of about 1.5 air changes per hour. That was our target. I think we've been able to achieve that. And then really we're hoping that we hit that step code 4. 3 is the minimum that we try to build for, but we're really trying to strive for that 4 step. So we went from a standard 2x6 wall to a 2x8 wall, which gave a greater insulation values, less thermal bridging. Also, we went to triple glazed windows in the home, which was an added benefit. And really there's not a humongous cost or large cost in doing that. We did put HRV into the home. In-floor heating, went with very efficient components such as a boiler that runs the heating system, and then the HRV, the type of furnace air handling unit that we used, coincided with the hydronic heating. So really from the foundation up is making sure that at our plate line we get a good seal between our foundation and our next floor. And then it started with the framing crew, making sure that they help with the air barrier, getting that in place in a proper way. And then truly, I think it comes down to the siding crew, working with those contractors to make sure that they have the proper materials in place and the right guidance to make sure that they are sealing our building up, getting it as airtight as possible from that point.
The main metric we use for air tightness is air changes per hour at 50 pascals. The target that I have is 1.5 air changes per hour at 50 pascals. This house that we just did today is coming in at about 1.5 to 1.6 air changes per hour. This house is quite large, so that's a very good score.
Working with an energy advisor such as Nate, it really helped me to be able to understand about the importance of air loss, the importance of getting an airtight envelope, and why it's important moving in the future as far as energy consumption and goes, and the value it brings to homeowners. And the way we got into using the building methods we did for this house was really trying to do research for smaller homes to get those energy values and efficiencies on a smaller home at a very cost-effective price point. So the research really went in for the basic home, and we implemented those same principles here, but then we just used a little bit better equipment obviously here to try to attain those values. So our standard now is a 2x8 wall. We decided a couple of years ago that this was the way the future was going, was to have a more energy efficient home. And we wanted to find the most cost-effective way to bring that about for the average person. So for us, the research we did, it came down to really 2x8 walls, a little more insulation, and then more insulation in the attics wherever possible. We really didn't have to use a lot of, if any, specialized products. The products that we did use were things like Typar, Tyvek, things that are readily available at the building hardware, good tapes, good sealants. But all of that again is able to be sourced locally, so it's not a difficult challenge at all. The biggest advice I think I would give is to be in good communication with your trades. So if you have a good communication and good direction to them, they'll be able to implement the type of building that you want to produce and the standards and the qualities that you're expecting of them to attain the goals that we're setting. So that's the biggest thing, is communication and good oversight.